Hi friends, welcome back. And if you are new here, welcome. My name is Courtney. I am a Gen X mom and wife, and here I post vlogs, I chat about books and planners, and post other lifestyle content. Really, it is a chaotic mix of all of the things that I love. And if that sounds interesting to you, please hit the subscribe button down below. I will also link my other social media in the description box if you're interested in following me on any other platforms. But today we're going old school, and if you have been following me for a while, you know that this channel has sort of evolved as a strictly planner channel into all of the other things I just talked about. But today we are talking about planners. My planners specifically. So we are going into quarter 4. It is October, and I have essentially been in the same planner system all year, and I don't remember the last time that has happened. And I think a lot of it is because at the end of that dumpster fire 2020, I sat down and really thought about the things that I needed to plan, and the things that I liked in planning, and really the kind of like personality and person that I am. So I basically plan out my planners, which if you're a planner person, that doesn't sound weird. If you're not a planner person, then that sounds slightly bonkers. But I really am a person who, if I had to just have like one planner thing, it would definitely be a monthly, just as like a person whose responsibility is taking care of other people. You kind of need to know just the big picture of, I need to be in this place on this day at this time with these things for this person, right? And I'm also a person who is like a slacker, which is totally on brand for Gen X. And if it's not in my face, then I just kind of forget that it needs to happen. So I definitely need some sort of daily, like, hey, on this day, do these things. Perhaps you want to try them in this order because it will make your life easier. So I knew that at the end of the day, I needed a monthly and somewhere to, even if it's just a simple to-do list every day, I need those things. And then there were other things that I took into consideration, like the fact that I think that I am more of a documenter than a planner. So I do like to document my days and how I'm spending my time. And I don't know if that is because I am a stay-at-home mom, and I have been a stay-at-home mom for 2 decades, and you get to this point where you and I think I said this to a friend, like after I die, on my headstone it will just say, here's Courtney, she wiped butts and cooked meals, and that is sort of is my existence. And so I do want to look back on this time that I have spent, and find little details about what I did in my day. Like, yes, I, folded 2 loads of laundry, but I also, read this really cool thing in a book that made me think about this, or my kid said something really funny that day, or my husband left me a really sweet note that day. Like, I just, need to know that the sum total of my existence wasn't just that I took care of other people every day. And then there's also the part of me that knows that especially now that my youngest is 7 and he is in school full time, so I have time to myself that I haven't really had before. Well, not before, but recently, right? Because my kids are, the oldest is 29 and my youngest is 7, so there's a really large age gap in there. And I'm much more of a creative person, so I definitely need a place where I can kind of compartmentalize and figure out the things. And so for me, the system that has really been working is to have rings as sort of my analytical brain and a Styology for that side that's more creative and likes to document things. And this has really been working for me all of 2021. So I thought that I would kind of give you a flip through. Not much has changed in my rings, I think, since my last flip, which I will link somewhere on the screen and down below. I have like a planner playlist. I'll link that if you're interested in taking a look at it. But I thought that we would kind of go through and look at what's going on in both of my systems. I have this really cute, I mean, she's like super, super chunky, but I have this really nice cover. I wanted something neutral and timeless, so I got this black rings from Moterm. I think this is the regular personal. They do have a personal luxe, which has 30 millimeter rings, and I think I probably should have gotten that one because I don't enjoy it being so stuffed that it's hard to close. Part of it is like my tabs, which I need to go through. I made them all myself and I need to like remake them. But yeah, so I am going to flip the camera around and we will kind of look at my system. All right, I wanted to quickly flip through both of my planners. So let's start with the rings, and I hope that you'll be able to kind of see how I use them together. This is kind of coming apart. You can see that she's chunky. She doesn't really close. So yeah. And this is just cardstock. And I have, these were from Michael's from Wonton and a Million, and then that's just a picture of my son. I don't think that I have, oh yeah, I have like a little bit of cash, some appointment cards, our vaccination cards, and then back here I have some of the SM plans, like plain floral notes in case I need to like write a quick note to a teacher or something when I am taking him to school. And then this is just like scrap paper for something like less permanent, and that came with my planner. This is, oh, I can't remember where I got this clip from, but I will leave it linked below. This artwork is from Etsy. I just printed it on vellum and laminated it. I made all of my dividers, which I think I need to remake them because I think that I want to have top and bottom tabs because this doesn't close. I should have probably gotten the Luxe, which has bigger rings, although I think you can swap the rings out in Moterms. But anyway, this is my inbox. This vellum I printed from, I got that paper pack on Etsy and just printed the vellum myself. And I just have sticky notes on this clear dashboard, and then this is the sorting list from SM Plans. This is a freebie in her Facebook group, and I basically have waiting, call, action, project, and Doug, which is my husband's name. So if there's something on here, I will like put a dot in the category that it's in, and when it's finished, I just draw a line through it with a mile liner like this. I needed some photos hung. I told my husband, which is kind of like my next step, because he's the one I needed to hang them, and then I was waiting on him to hang them, and then when he hung them, I crossed it out. So this is just like a pocket, for pocket rings. I think I got this on Amazon, but these are just like some pictures of my youngest. This is the 2020 overview from SM Plans. She has all of the important dates on the back, which I really appreciate. A piece of vellum. This section I just labeled adulting. I have some sticky notes. These, like, they're not really dividers, but like sections I just made. I think I made these on Canva, possibly. So, and then this is just vellum that I printed. These were from our family photos. So I have this recurring task list from Peanuts Planner Co. This is from Lindsay Scribbles. So basically I just have tags that are tasks that are reoccurring. And then I highlight the months that they need to be done, or when I think I'm going to do them, and then when I actually do them, I put an X through it. This is a bookmark I just made. I laminated some of that digital paper and punched holes in it. This is my meal planning, which I have changed a little bit. This is the month on 2 pages freebie from SM Plans in her Facebook group. And what I'm doing is planning like a month at a time. I actually need to go back and write what we actually had. So I will plan various meals that I think we should have. And then I have just been, I had 4 pieces of paper in here because it was super chunky, and then I just make the grocery list for that week and pick up our groceries. So we'll see how that works. I only started it this month, so I can report back to you on if it works or not. Then I use these fall floral notes from SM Plans that I love to do. I'm setting up like a plant care section in my planner. So these are all of the different plants that I currently have, and I need to set up like a watering schedule for them, which is like a work in progress. And then I just have like some zone cleaning notes, like what I need to do in each kind of zone when I'm deep cleaning. This is a section for my son. His name's Rowan. That is a picture of him. So this is a picture of my son. Behind it, I have his school calendar printed out and just punched in. And then these next inserts are from Plan with B, and it's just like the school bundle. So I have this, I think she gives you several different versions. So I have a different version of this because he doesn't really like change classes, but it just has like his teacher's name and her email and like the sites that he can use and like their passwords. He doesn't do any activities yet, but that's on the back side of that form. And then I also have, I actually think I have this filled out as well, but it is with, he has like an IEP at school, so it's with those, like, they're not really I mean, they are teachers, but he's not like in class. And then I have just like a shot record and like doctor appointment log. These are some of his sizes. And then I also have this SM Plans health log for him. My next section is agenda. So first we have monthly. I really can't function without a monthly, so this is kind of what they look like at the end of the month or as I'm going along. If I have like stickers or washi that I want to use, I will put them down. I think there might be like stuff I don't necessarily want to show on that page, but this is what November looks like. And then I have the whole year together. I think next year, these were the Peanuts Planner Co. freebie, but I think next year I might actually get the Filofax monthly because the paper is really thin. And I like to keep my whole year together. This is just a piece of acetate that I have pictures and sticky notes on, another bookmark that I made. And then this is my weekly section, so I use the SM Plans like Hobo Weeks weekly. I can just get, and it just looks like this. I added the mild liner and washi and stickers, of course, but I mean, it's functional just as like, well, that week I also did some. And it's just easy to pre-plan on these. They're undated. And then, so I have several months worth in here. And then I have vellum. This is kind of my morning routine, and then our evening routine. And then I have my dailies. I really like function on dailies because if I don't like have something written down, I won't think to do it. And what I usually do is clip these together in case I need to flip back and forth. Like I like to know sort of what specials Rowan is doing that week, and then there were like a few things, like he had a library book that I needed to remember to put in his backpack on Wednesday. It was Spirit Week this week at school. These dailies are the day on 2-page. I like that they're timed so that I can see how much time I actually have. Like this one, I'm trying to see. So like this one, I have a to-do list, but like I leave at like 8:45-ish to drop him off, and I'm not back home until about 9:15-ish. So, and then I have to leave at like 3:30 to be to school to pick him up at 4. So I kind of break my day up into chunks. So like after I drop him off, like home admin means basically like chores and stuff that I need to do around the house. Then I kind of blocked several hours to devote to like writing some blog posts and like taking some pictures. I actually took pictures for Instagram that day. And then if there's like anything else, like it was like Spirit Day or Rep Your Team Day the next day, and I needed to find his Bengals shirt like in the laundry. So yeah, I cannot remember where these are from, but I will link them below. My next section, I labeled it Glow Up, and it's basically like the section about me. So I have my trackers here. This is vellum. I printed this from Yesenia Printables, and I just have like a list of all of my medications. I have like an appointment log, a tracker from Peanuts Planner Co. to track my cycle, panic attacks, a step tracker. I have to track my blood sugar every morning, so I have a health log from SM Plans to track that. And then this is just my mood log. This is from Yesenia Printables. And then these are the things that I track every day. So this was for August, just like my medications, making sure that I am taking care of my skin, AM routine, because for me, like not getting up and getting dressed and like making the beds and stuff every morning, it kind of signals that I may be falling into a depression, so I like to keep track of that. My workouts, and I've been having a lot of like sinus issues, so I wanted to track them so that when I met with my doctor, I could kind of have a better idea of what I was talking about. And then just like my fatigue is a scale from 1 to 3, 1 being I have all the energy in the world, and 3 being like I literally don't want to move. And then depression and anxiety are, it's really 1 to 5. I don't know why I only have 4 for anxiety here, but, and then how many hours of sleep I'm getting. So I just had this in here so I could show you what it looks like, but this is for October. I haven't like drawn the lines yet. And then I have a blank one in here. I wrote down some affirmations because I'm trying to get better about the kind of negative self-talk that I just am not very kind to myself a lot of the time. And this is my wellness section. So I have these week on 2 pages where I can journal a little bit about the day. I also write the workouts that I want to do that week, and then when I do them, I write them in there. And these are from SM Plans as well. I actually have a code for them if you want to buy inserts. She has both a website and an Etsy. The inserts are a little bit cheaper on her website, which I will have all of that linked down below along with the code, but it's Courtnee 20. And then I have a health log for me, and then a fitness log. I actually just like have a running log. I'm trying to get 20 workouts this month. We'll see if that happens. And then I have these meal trackers from SM Plans. I'm trying to get better about tracking my food because I'm trying to find like the correlation between what I eat and how high my fasting blood sugar is, because I'm pre-diabetic, but that's a whole nother story. This is just more vellum. And then this section is kind of my blog and YouTube section. So I have an inbox tracker. This was a freebie in the SM Plans Facebook group. So if I have ideas for either of them, or like a note, just something I want to remember, I will write it down on this paper, and these kind of get pitched. These are just some Tombos I wanted to buy. I don't know why that's here. And these were some to-dos. And then this is how I'm kind of doing my calendar. So I don't know if I would like the blank one in here, but I'm once again using the freebie from SM Plans, and I'm just writing what I want to post on page flags, and then when I post it, I actually write it in on the day. And then I'm using these sorted lists inserts to keep track of like where I am, because I am trying to be more productive and kind of batch film and take photos and stuff. So that helps me know like what I have to do for what I'm posting. My next sort of subcategory is projects. And these are just, oh, I made this with just like a piece of laminating sheet and extra. So I just like taped it on the back and then typed out the label, which works. So these are like some goal trackers. I can't remember where these are from. I'm not sure, but I will link them below. And then this year I'm doing NaNoWriMo, which starts in November. So I'm using the free calendar again, and these are the word counts for the day, each day of the month. So this is what I'm supposed to have written every day, and then I'm going to go in and write down like my actual word count, and kind of track my progress that way. These are just some notes on what I'm writing. And then I sort of used these game plan inserts from SM Plans to figure out some stuff that I wanted to do before Nano starts, and I'm kind of plotting out rewards for myself to get to 50K. And then these are some other like projects I'm working on. So I want to do a family cookbook for my kids, and then my 2022 planner system, which I haven't figured out yet. I just have some extra notes pages in here, and then my last, well, I have 2 more sections, but next is lists, and this is just, once again, random lists. These I think are freebies from the SM Plans Facebook group. So yeah, just kind of standard movies, TV shows, skincare, stuff I need from Amazon. This is reading log is from Jacinia Printables, and I just printed out the covers, and then I just have grid paper in there to track the stuff that I want to read. And then my last section is junk drawer, and it just has like notes, contacts, passwords, basically any place, any information that doesn't have a place in any other section goes back here. And this is just I think this is a Filofax pocket with I just have some pictures in here. In the back I have like my most used cards. I made these like emergency contact and if lost found cards, and then like our zoo card, library card, all of that kind of stuff. And then the pen that I'm currently using. I'm not too precious about pens really in this planner, so whatever I have that's handy. So this is my chunky personal rings, and then just quickly, I am using my Styology in the same way that I've been using it all year round. It just has daily pages. I printed some digital paper on sticker paper and just put it on the inside. And then this is my 3rd book of the year. So I just laminated, well, I printed some digital paper on vellum and laminated it and tipped it in just to kind of hold sticky notes, so it's a little bit of a dashboard. In August, I kind of did this like memory of the day, and I don't really refer back to it, so I think I stopped doing it in August, although I had been doing it all year, all the other months, like up until September. And then these are just I usually do a weekly overview. Sometimes I do a habit, or I have been doing a habit tracker the last few months, and I really like it. And then it just goes into my dailies. I will go back and add photos after, like at the end of the month, if I have open space and I've really been enjoying that. I will print photos from Unsplash and tip them in. Like this was Rowan's first day of school. So yeah, that's just what I do. I liked this. It was my birthday in August. I turned 48. Sometimes I journal. I usually do a review. I didn't for August. It was kind of a hectic month. This was kind of my like dashboard page for September. And yeah, I have been enjoying doing a like a timed daily in here as well, because sometimes I have my Styology with me, and then sometimes I plan out my days in my rings. And like, I know that this duplicates information and it's not for everyone, but it works for me. These I just kind of covered up because I journaled a little bit. So I'm totally like okay with information being duplicated, because it just helps me remember it more. And this is like, I will keep these books, whereas I won't keep my inserts in my rings, like once the